Good morning. Good morning. This is Charles Coachman, and this is Coachman on Real Estate. Coachman on Real Estate. Hope everyone is having a great morning so far. Here in San Jose, it's a little bit chilly. It's Tuesday morning, January 26th. It's 9 a.m. and it's 41 degrees outside. Went outside a little while ago to feed our outdoor cats, and it was 37 degrees. 37 degrees. Holy moly. Little bit chillier than what we're used to here in San Jose. And the rain is going to come. So with temperatures like this and with the rain coming, we know that areas around the Bay Area are going to have snow on them, like Mount Diablo, Mount Hamilton, Mount Tamalpais. It's going to be a chilly one. And hey, we got to think about our neighbors in the Santa Cruz Mountains and those around the Bay Area that have been affected by fires, where there's a chance where mudslides are going to occur. 5,000 people in the Santa Cruz Mountains are being evacuated yesterday and this morning in preparation for the big rains to come. So once we find out where a product is needed and places where people are going to gather, we need to get out there and give them a hand. So thinking about the folks in the Santa Cruz Mountains and all around the Bay Area. Let's see. One of the first things that I like to do on our morning shows and the afternoon show is to wish happy birthday. And today we have a couple, Dan Fornshell. Dan Fornshell, realtor with Keller Williams, Silicon Valley, and a real estate investor. Dan, happy birthday to you. And the second person is Linda Pliages. Linda is also a real estate investor and leads a tremendous group, 411, and her magazine known by that name. They travel around doing a lot of seminars and talking with investors and getting great ideas and helping younger investors. So if you're interested in that, I'd reach out and I'd look out for Linda and see where they're going to be next, or catch their live stream, because they are doing a combination of the two. So happy birthday to you too. If it is your birthday out there and we didn't mention your name, we're obviously not friends on Facebook, or you've decided that you don't want your name out there. You don't want people to say happy birthday. They might figure out that you're aging. I think we all do. If not, the alternative is bad. Anyway, happy birthday to you both, and happy birthday to everyone out there. God bless. Bye. All right, let's take a quick look in here. One of the things that I like to do also is to show the platform that we are using. And the platform is StreamYard. And StreamYard would like you to allow them to use your likeness, allow them to use your name on this platform. Go to StreamYard.com/Facebook and you can find that. And that will allow them to use your likeness, your picture, and let people see who they're talking to, And then I also like to mention the groups that we are affiliated with that help us each and every day. And that is the Grow Live Academy, Ken Wall's company. Again, StreamYard.com, and I keep in touch with my clients now using Hippo Video. And Hippo Video is awesome. I believe it's a game changer. A game changer when it comes to video distribution within an email. You don't have to upload it. You don't have to download it. You just open it up in your email. It's an excellent way to go. So Grow Live Academy. Thank you, Ken. StreamYard.com and Hippo Video. So those are the three that I highly recommend. All right. Let me get my information going on down there. Now, today we are going to concentrate on a couple of articles that I have found. And it's things that we have to be paying attention to, especially in the South Bay, because these are going to pretty much stay on the San Jose market. San Jose market is a reflection of most of the Bay Area. And these articles came from San Jose Spotlight. And I am using Spotlight because I find that their articles are pretty fair and pretty telling. They're good articles to go over. So one of these articles was written by Neil Collins. He is the CEO of the Santa Clara County Association of Realtors. So Neil is a good guy. He has great insights on the market, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. And I'm basically going to go through these two articles and read what they are saying. Now, if you would like to reach me, you can reach out to me by going to Coachman, ONRE at Gmail. That's Coachman on Real Estate at Gmail. Coachman, ONRE at gmail.com. You can also text me at 408-439-0766. And then you can also go to one of our several websites and take a look. But one of the things that we want to do, if you would like to message us through Facebook or YouTube, you can go to Charles Coachman on YouTube, or you can go to Charles Coachman Realtor or Charles Coachman on Facebook, and just look it up and leave me a message there. These videos will be posted both on Facebook and on YouTube and a couple other platforms at the end of the day. Take a quick look here. Hey, it's good morning here, but good afternoon in the Bronx. Marco Rodriguez, so glad that you are here. So glad that you stopped by. What have I done? Let's just get this. So, Neil Collins talking about the 2021 housing market. 9 months ago, when our world turned upside down with the county-wide stay-at-home order, none of us could have predicted the robust housing market that would occur. Now we have been lifted. We were just lifted yesterday. Many of us were assuming similar outcomes as we experienced during the last Great Recession, but plummeting prices and mass foreclosures never materialized. In fact, sale prices for homes increased, and so did sales. So what do experts think the 2021 housing market will be like? So we did not have the same type of market that we had in 2008 in 2020. In 2008, we had a collapsing economy along with a housing market that was set up to collapse. We had people in loans that they could not afford. We had people in loans which were called liar loans, where you did not have to show your income. You could tell your lender what you were making, and they would accept. They would accept that, and it was acceptable to our lenders. And that was a bad program. There were several bad programs that were available for people to get into homes that they could not afford. And we're just not doing that anymore. And we want to make sure that people, when they get into a home, it is a place that brings them joy, not a place that brings them a burden. And we have to understand that. Jordan Levine, the deputy chief economist for California Association of Realtors, gave his 2021 forecast earlier this month and expects the housing market to grow at 3.3% for the next year, with prices increasing by 4.4%. Most expect interest rates to remain virtually unchanged next year and that 30-year fixed mortgage rate will hover around 3%. Levine, based his forecast on several assumptions, including a successful vaccine distribution, improved GDP, and foreclosure rates being in the single digits. Locally, despite unprecedented pressure on the economy, housing is still likely to be one of the bright spots of the recovery. Realtor.com's housing forecast predicts that San Jose Metro will grow by 10.8% in both sales and price year over year. Lack of inventory continues to be the main factor driving up housing prices. Dave Walsh, the 2021 CAR president, that is the California Association of Realtors, president and San Jose Compass manager, is predicting a banner year for housing in Santa Clara County, which could see rising at 5.5% or more if the inventory is there to support it. However, and this is a big however, Walsh continues to see weakness in the condo market, with the latest inventory numbers showing a 50% increase over last year. We have to watch that. We have to keep an eye on our condo and townhome market. They could take a severe hit. They could take a severe hit. We're seeing that condos and townhomes are taking an average of about 2 months to sell. That is still a seller's market, but your condos and townhomes have to be priced correctly, maybe even a little bit below market price if you want to get your condo and townhome sold. There is strong evidence showing that that is going to be a weaker section of the housing market, the weakest section of the housing market. Now, in places that are always hot and there's always people looking to move to certain places, those will stay hot. Those will continue to be hot because we're just not building enough to keep up with everything. So keep an eye on condos and townhomes. This could be a big, big opportunity, and we're going to talk more about that in the next article. No, we're going to talk more about that right now. We are going to be looking at condos and townhomes. This could be a great opportunity for first-time home buyers in San Jose. You may not be able to afford that single family home, but there may be a great opportunity for you to get into the condo or townhome market. Take a look. Keep your options open. Keep your options open. Despite the rosy outlook to the housing market, there are still major headwinds. The pandemic has contributed greatly to the ongoing wealth gap in our community. The K-shaped nature of the economic recovery that we're experiencing is to likely continue into 2021. As we see the economy opening up, we are going to see that people are still going to be able to afford what's happening here in the Bay Area. We know that this is an expensive place to live, and we have to be able to support our businesses. We will see what the federal government and the state government are going to be able to do for some of these struggling businesses. But the Silicon Valley is a place that is very attractive for engineers, for those that are going to be working in the high-tech industries. And we have to know that the Silicon Valley is an area that is pretty well protected for the time being. We want to make sure We want to make sure that we understand what our businesses are going to be doing in the future, because we have seen businesses leaving the state of California, and some of them are high tech. And we want to keep an eye on that, because as more areas open up and profit becomes a stronger portion of your business, that's where your clients want to be. That's where those stockholders want to see things happening. There are going to be places that other folks are going to move to, like Texas, where businesses are attracted to their business climate. So we have to keep an eye on that. Top wage earners in our community have been largely relatively unaffected as compared to the lower third of wage earners. Many who have been devastated by reduced work hours and layoffs. There's no doubt about it. It is those top wage earners who are continuing to drive the housing market, while the rest of the community falls further behind. And for this reason, we need to continue looking for equitable solutions that lift up our entire community. Here, I'm going to swing away from my friend Neil. We know that the housing market can help those that aren't in the lower brackets, lower income brackets. It can help close that gap. If we can find homes and we have lending abilities that will help people get a start in the real estate market. Once you get a start in the real estate market, you can start closing down that wealth gap. You're never going to make what a CEO for a large high-tech firm makes, but you can cut down the income or the income gap on some of those that work for those high-tech firms. Getting your foot in the door, literally in the door, in real estate is one of the biggest ways to close the gap on our wealth division. That wealth gap. Real estate is a big part of that answer. And Neil knows that. But we are in a time where, hey, we have to do something for everybody that's unable to make the kind of monies that other people are making. We need education to be focused on areas where people can make money at. Yes, help them learn how to speak, help them learn how to do math, help them learn a vocation that will help them to increase their value. $15 an hour wages is not going to do that. $15 an hour wages to flip hamburgers is not going to help you close that wealth gap. Learning a vocation that can help you to move forward in life will do that. These first-time jobs were never meant to be lifetime jobs. They were meant to be the first step on the ladder of your education and growth in our economy. They were not meant to help you match the wealth of people that are living a different life. Now, closing down the wealth gap is a huge part of what real estate, the owning of real estate, can do for you. Now, I do want to take a look at this report that's coming out. Again, this is a real estate report by Lloyd Alaban. And Lloyd is taking a look at what it costs to live in the Silicon Valley, what it costs to buy a home in the Silicon Valley. And we're going to take a quick look. The housing market in the Silicon Valley is notoriously expensive, but a new report from HSH.com shows just how much a resident needs to earn in San Jose to pay for a home. We're going to take a listen. According to the study, to afford the principal, interest, taxes, and insurance payment on a medium-priced home, a buyer in San Jose must earn $243,300 a year to cover a $5,600 a month mortgage payment. So we're going to talk a little bit more about the differences in the Silicon Valley. A typical family in San Jose makes around half that much, half that amount. While we are producing housing, it's about what cost point we're producing that housing, says Noni Ramos, the Chief Executive Officer of Housing Trust Silicon Valley, an affordable housing advocacy group. We need to recognize that we have a spectrum of individuals who have a spectrum of income levels, and not every household will even be remotely able to close to be able to buy something at that range. Here's a person that's trying to buy a home who has a great income, has a great salary, and is married to a person that has a great salary. That's priced out San Jose natives like John de Guzman, a procurement specialist for a Silicon Valley tech company. De Guzman and his fiance, a nurse practitioner, both work in the area. They got a head start in their search for a single family home before getting married, but even with their combined incomes, they realized buying for a home would be difficult. Realized buying a home for them would be a difficult task. We looked at a few houses. It was kind of scary looking at prices and seeing what we could afford, de Guzman said. We used Zillow just to browse, but the down payment and mortgage looked too much for what we want to pay on a monthly basis. Instead, they considered moving to places like Tracy or Manteca, even though the commute might put them an hour away from their workplaces. The COVID-19 pandemic has exacerbated issues of housing affordability, leaving many people priced out of homes due to unemployment, that despite the fact that the area has seen a red-hot market in recent months, with demand keeping single-family home prices high. That has resulted in prices and multiple offers, that has resulted in increased prices and multiple offers, and homes selling over asking price, said Doug Goss, broker associate at Keller Williams Realty, Bay Area Estates, and president of the Santa Clara County Association of Realtors. Given the pandemic, it's surprising how well this housing market has really picked up, not only here, but nationwide. By Goss's estimate, 75 to 80% of the homes he's worked with in San Jose are receiving multiple offers, making homes more likely to be sold over asking price. Single-family homes, he said, are more likely to be sold over the listing price, while condos are more likely to be sold near the listing price. We got to keep an eye on condos. I mentioned that a little while ago. We got to make sure that's where the opportunity may lie for first-time home buyers. There are several reasons Goss said that prices in the area remain so high. First, the region's position as a tech capital of the world means there is a high number of residents who want to live near where they work. That means even with the exodus of big companies in search of cheaper land, people want to live in the Silicon Valley, which keeps demands high. Secondly, the supply of housing is not kept up with the demand, so there are more and more buyers than there are homes. Also, interest rates are at historic lows. According to the study, the 30-year fixed mortgage rate dropped in all 50 of the largest metropolitan areas in the U.S. In San Jose, interest rates experienced a 0.25% change over the last quarter. They dropped by 0.25%. The study used a 20% down payment, a fixed rate of 30-year mortgage, local property tax numbers, and homeowner insurance costs to calculate home costs. The numbers are based on data from the second quarter of 2020. Here's where the numbers get really hooked up. For comparison, the average income needed to buy a house nationally is $60,770. Approximately a quarter of the income needed in San Jose. In the cheapest metro area, Pittsburgh, one must only earn around $33,000 a year, with the median home price being $177,250. Skip the million, $177,250. The median home price in San Jose is $1.4 million, according to the study. These prices might be overwhelming for some prospective buyers, but Helen Garden, realtor to San Jose-based Pulse Real Estate, has some advice. The homeowner should watch their credit, Garden said, and find a lender who will help with that and help them to figure out what to pay off. She and Goss recommended the buyer assistance programs such as Empower Home Buyers. Empower Home Buyers, that's EM Power. There are plenty of programs out there. We have to take a look. There's programs that help teachers. There's programs that help first-time home buyers. We have to search those out, take advantage of them. Some are forgiven. Some you pay off when you pay out your home. No payments to them during that time. It's just that they're going to equity share with you. Still, the problem might be more long-term according to Matthew Reed, spokesperson with Silicon Valley at Home, a local housing affordability group. He said the housing market, which has far been outpaced the median incomes of people in this area, is not sustainable. It is not good for families and it's not good for the economy, said Reed. For de Guzman, who is looking also to take care of his parents, it's nearly impossible. Even when they consider well-paying jobs to afford to live, we can't break a catch with the cost. Again, take a look at what's going on in the housing market. If you can get yourself into the housing market, you will get a good start on closing that wealth gap. A good start to go out and purchase your second home when you sell your first. A chance to grow a little bit more and again raise your money. Raise what will turn out to be an investment will help you grow your wealth. The housing market is one of the greatest ways to do that, especially here in the Silicon Valley. You've got to take advantage of what's out there. Look, no matter where it's at, and see what you can possibly do to get that done. If you are looking for a realtor, I would certainly be glad to give you a hand, discuss your options with you, and then help you set up with a lender to talk about your financial options. And if you're not ready to buy now, maybe in the future, be prepared. Well, this is Charles Coachman. This is Coachman on Real Estate. We are not going to be here tomorrow, but we will return on Thursday at 9 a.m. I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. I hope that you have an awesome day today. And remember, always look for your best investment in real estate. Find a way to get into the real estate market, and you will close your personal wealth gap. Have a great day, and I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. Goodbye.